Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chetty. Today, we're talking about some gaming news, or rather, some news that happened a couple days ago, but it's still kind of developing, and it's not looking good for Subnautica 2. So, in case you've never heard about Subnautica, it was the game released by Unknown Worlds back in 2018. You've played it, I've played it. You watch your favorite streamers and YouTubers play it. Which, by the way, if you're not subbed to this channel, or check out my Twitch channel, I stream Wednesday to Saturday, 4 days a week, 8 to midnight Toronto time. Come check me out; it's a lot of fun. Same name, Big Chetty Streams on Twitch and YouTube. But Subnautica came out in 2018, made from Unknown Worlds, an indie developer, and the game took the world by storm. It's the game set on an alien world where it's essentially just a water world, an ocean planet. It's like 99.9% deep water, ocean water. And you have to survive on this planet by diving into the ocean, collecting resources, building things with your high-tech gadgets, and try to get off the planet. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, including myself, who doesn't like scary things, there are horrible, awful creatures of the night, of the ocean, swimming around trying to eat you. And they are massive. Like, we're talking colossal-sized beasts, and it is such a terrifying game, but so beautiful at the same time. I think Subnautica did so well with people, and it resonates so well with so many, is because it was an idea that I think a lot of people have, or a fear that, like, hey, I'm scared of deep water, what's in there? And then the game is just well executed. The game works pretty well for the most part. There's a few bugs and glitches here and there, and a few visual things, bibs and bobs. But for the most part, for an indie game, it works pretty well, and it sets out what it wanted to do. It wanted you to be scared of deep water, and yeah, it worked. Yep, don't like it. There's a lot of scary monsters in there. It's horrifying, but so much fun. So you can understand that when they announced a second game, an official second game, that me and the fans and everyone else in the community were very excited to play Subnautica 2, especially with one of the main features being co-op, which I think the game really needs. Now, the co-op feature may take away from some of the scary aspect, but I don't know. I think the big scary monsters are still going to be very scary in the water, and I think building a base with your friends, that's just going to make the game more fun. Well, you might be saying to yourself, well, Jetty, if this game's doing so well, what's the problem? What's going on? I'm so happy you asked, valued viewer. Basically, there are some business practices that are bunging up production, if you will. So a couple years ago, Krafton, the publisher of PUBG, bought out Unknown Worlds for a $500 million deal. That is a lot of schmeckles. That's a lot of do-re-mi right there. And on top of that deal, there was an additional $250 million on the table if the next game hit a certain sales target. Essentially, if you guys sell a certain amount of games or a certain amount of copies, we will give you an additional $250 million as a bonus to the company and promise to the original CEOs of Unknown Worlds. Makes sense. It's a popular game. It's going to sell a lot. Probably going to sell better than the first two because it's co-op and people are going to be streaming it. It's going to be very popular. It's going to sell. On top of that, the first game sold 6 million copies since 2018. That is an impressive amount of sales for an indie game. And the sequel, what's it called? It was called Subnautica Below Zero, the Arctic one, where you're like in the icy part of the planet. I think it's a different planet. Anyway, point is, the icy sequel sold a bone-chilling 5.2 million copies. The game was going to hit target numbers. Well, to many people's surprise the other day, Krafton delayed the game till next year. The game was supposed to hit early access. It was supposed to hit early access, I think, on Xbox Game Pass. People were getting ready to play it. And Krafton's come out and said, nope, not coming out till next year. Oh, also on top of that, we fired 3 of the original devs from Unknown Worlds that worked on Subnautica. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Oops. And people may be wondering, well, why did they do that? What happened? Well, it's probably because they don't want to pay out the $250 million bonus. That's essentially what's going on here. In Krafton's words, apparently they said they were fired because the original CEOs or devs, these 3 specific ones, they abandoned their leadership. Therefore, they were let go. And then they delayed the game. No, that's just you not wanting to pay out. So there is a lawsuit that's happening right now between these guys and Krafton. And I don't know the full details on that yet, but I'm sure we'll hear more about it as time goes on. I'm more worried about the game itself, though. I feel bad for the developers that lost their job. That got absolutely shafted by a corporate entity there. That is bullshit. No one likes mega corporations, especially in gaming. I mean, It's kind of funny that mega corporations control gaming, and like a lot of times you fight mega corporations in games. It's kind of weird. From up to this point, everything we've seen about the game, heard about the game, everything seems to be going swimmingly. And I don't mean behind the scenes. I just mean with the game itself. We didn't know anything about behind the scenes stuff, but I mean the game itself. It seems to be going okay. We were getting ready for an early access release, and we were on schedule. I'm worried about the game getting released at all now. Delayed till 2026 is kind of crazy. Sure, we are in July, right? At the time of this video being uploaded, we are in mid-July, approaching mid-July. So, 2026 isn't that far away. It'll be Christmas time before you know it. I do think the game will release at some point, but simply because they spent $500 million acquiring them, it doesn't make any sense to spend that kind of cash and then not do anything with their IP when it is a very popular IP that would absolutely make you money. But at the same time, it also feels weird to fire 3 of the original devs. Are they doing a team rebuild? Are they trying to can the intel? Like, what is their plans for the game? Are they going to completely reimagine the game? My worry is that they're going to add some PUBG bullshit to it. And I don't mean Battle Royale. I mean, like, microtransactions. Is that what they're trying to do? Are they trying to make a live service Subnautica game with microtransactions? That's what's the most scary part here. It's not the monsters in the ocean here. It's what the hell are they going to do with the game? Because even though Subnautica 2 was going to have co-op, it still is primarily a finger quote single player experience where you're just surviving. There's no reason to have microtransactions or any sort of that other predatory multiplayer game bullshit. So you can. I'm predicting it right now. I think we're not going to see this game anytime soon. I don't think we're going to see this game in 2026. I do think the game will come out eventually after most of the teams have been gutted, the game's been reimagined, and it's a completely former shell of what the original vision was. And the original devs will win some sort of... I think they'll win part of the lawsuit, or they'll settle out of court, and they'll have to start another indie company, or they'll make another game that's very similar to Subnautica, but it won't be called Subnautica. That's what I'm predicting. But you can tell me right what today. Today is what? Today's July 13th. July 13th today, I'm posting this video. I'm predicting it. I don't think Subnautica 2 is going to come out the way we think Subnautica 2 is going to come out. So anyways, guys, that's all I got to say today. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.